On my downtime, I have gotten mixed up and gone on a couple of these pedophile hunters.
You went with them.
Couple of
I
them
want to
now.
go bad, but I think that I shouldn't go because I will wreck you.
Don't go.
Right.
That's going to be, the cops are
I'll
gonna,
wreck it.
it'll be bad for, that would work out bad. But I know...
You see that rich guy that got caught? That's like some famous
They just caught him.
director guy or whatever.
Yeah, it was
in one of those things?
what was it? It was like a
was at a
Roger
rest-
Rabbit, or he was like he did kids movies, and they came in, and he was an old
had to
guy
go with him.
15-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's like,
We were
that's my daughter.
No.
Is that the one you're talking about?
No, this is like 2 days ago.
Yeah, he
and
was
he's like,
like-
we were just flirting. What's the big deal?
Yeah, he
It's
goes,
like,
no, we're
she's
just getting
15.
pizza. We're getting pizza.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you can't get a pizza with a 15-year-old.
Yeah, and they put him on blast like it's getting out there.
But then they
Unless you
is that the
find
one
them-
where they shot the reveal? So as he's walking down the street, the guy had a blue and a pink. You pull it and it just shoots pink dust.
Yeah.
So he's walking down the street and the guy's going pop.
Oh, that's
and
what
it
that's on the back of his jacket.
They shot pink on him and then they shot blue on him.
Yes.
Like the reveal things. So as he's walking, he's just got pink dust and
Yeah,
blue
that's the
dust
guy.
on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, he's some big time director guy. I don't think he's going to be doing
For
No, you
kids
know what?
movies, by the way.
Yeah.
I went with the Dads Against Predators in Detroit.
How did you get the? How do you?
I talk about
Link
them.
up.
I talk about them on the show.
And
my
they hit
shows
you
a bunch.
up?
And they hit me up. Yeah. A couple of them. So the Dads Against Predator guys I went out with, we got a guy in a grocery store in a very scary black neighborhood, and it was a white guy.
Yeah.
That's how much this guy wanted child.
Yeah. Right.
He went into this scary neighborhood, and I'll tell you what's dangerous most about these things, but the public place ones. Every time I've done one, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm not going to."
How many times have you done it?
3.
Dude.
This one was in a grocery, and when they caught the guy, this was the funniest thing. I did very few Instagram lives do I ever do, but I was like, I'll do one on this one. And
Yeah.
as I walk by them confronting this guy,
Yeah.
kind of quietly at first,
Yeah.
as they see me walking by, because I told the guys I'm just going to kind of fly on the wall here.
Yeah.
As I walk by, the guy, they're like, "You piece of shit! You came here to meet a 14-year-old girl and blah blah blah." And as I walk by, I got my live on. I hear him go, "You know who Big J Okerson is?" And the guy goes, "No." And I go, "Oh."
I mean, when you think about it, that's kind of a good thing.
That's a good thing.
If he was like, "Yeah, man, I love his stuff," you'd be like, "Dude, really?"
I'm like, views of you.
Yeah, he just DM'd me yesterday.
But the one we went to a Sting house. One of them was
What?
a girl, Courtney Elizabeth. She's a female pedophile hunter, and her and her friend and a camera. It's so dangerous seeming. But I go to the Sting house in Indianapolis. I was out there. I brought the other comics with me, and they got 2 guys that day. The one, as soon as he walked in, and she was like, "This is a Sting," he turned right around and left. The other guy sat and bullshitted for a while, and we
the
kind of
hell?
watched that. And then he left. They posted the stuff that night, and she has moderators for her page that when she puts up the videos.
Yeah.
Randomly, the guy who came and ran out when they threw that footage up of him just coming in and out, the moderators who were brother and sister in the chat apparently go, "That's my cousin."
Mm-hmm.
And it was the odds of that. It was their cousin got caught on the thing that day. What a crazy thing.
How do they?
Small world, huh?
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
He goes, yeah, that's what they said in court.
small,
He goes,
yeah.
guilty. They go,
Do they go to court? Like, do you get them after that? Like, do you charge them or do you call the authorities? Like, how does it all go?
I think they try to call the authorities sometimes. I don't
The
know.
authorities, you're saying, sometimes don't show up?
Yeah, it's a dicey business. Well, it depends. The thing is, there's one that I watched. There's 4 parts where they keep catching the same midget,
Wait,
And,
a midget that is a...
but he's not though. Again, the problem with these hunts, where I kind of like have a weird thing. I think they're great. They're entertaining and stuff. But a lot of the times, you're catching a person when they show up. You're like, this guy would have showed up if the person was 80 years old, 6 years old. Like, they're retarded.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So they're showing up and they're like, "Well, oh, I didn't know."
Yeah.
And this midget guy is out of his mind.
Yeah.
And every time they catch him,
Every time.
yeah, 4 times, he freaks out. He throws a hissy fit, and then they kind of like leave him alone. And then as soon as they leave, they'll message him again, and they'll be like, "Sorry about that. That was just my uncle and his film crew." Or like, they're so upset. But he's leaving tomorrow, so like we could totally hang out tomorrow. And he's like, "Thank God. Can I put a baby in you tomorrow then?" And then he just goes right back into it. And then they show up again. By the 4th time, the cops show up and they go, Leave this midget alone, man. Like if you don't reach out to him, this never happens.
Okay, so if you were underage, would he hook up with them?
Yes.
I do think so.
100%.
But that's never going to fall in his life. He's
Shouldn't
not
he-
actively looking for children.
Couldn't we get him off the like? What about if you had a little net, like the one that you scoop up the fish out of the sea?
Yeah.
And just whoosh, you know what I mean, and like take him out of there.
For a myriad of reasons, we could fish this guy out of the thing and just throw him off a cliff. He's useless.
Yeah.
He's a broke midget.
was gonna say,
who's
what kind of
willing
a
to fuck
job would he
children. Not. I think he just gets Social Security and has his neighbor get stuff off of shelves for him.
Right.
It's like he just like his life is yeah. I said that's the reality TV I watch though. I like all like
That's so funny though.
Their
like,
lives are worse
You go
than
on the
mine.
road with Jay. Most comics go on the road. You guys want to get breakfast? Jay's like, you want to do a hunt?
yeah.
You want
It's also a
eggs or
quick way to
pedophile?
find out that your friends aren't as entertained by it as you are. When they're like, "Can we leave?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we can go." I thought we were gonna sit here and hang at this Sting house all day while pedophile. I go, "Don't you guys love that juice when they're getting ready to walk in?" You're like, "Dude, this guy's getting ready to come in. He thinks he's coming to fuck a child." It's crazy.
It is kind of. I hate using the word exciting, but I do want. But I want to beat them up.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure, yeah, and that's like
or at least threaten them. You know. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's online therapy. So wake up, America. Is this go to Canada too?
It does. They're also crazy.
Wake up, you crazy Canadians. You guys got funny eyes. You
If
know
there's
that?
any loco or loca Mexicans listening, you are also welcome to get some help online. You don't need to go to
Mucho
an
gracias, my Spaniard friends. I've traveled the world, and I'm here to inform you that therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest, and you can figure out how to work through whatever is weighing you down.
If there's anything that you want to be able to do in your safe space, in your comfy chair, in your comfy pants, with maybe you still sleep with a stuffed animal. We're not judging you. I am, but
Hey.
for the purposes of this,
Oh, man.
of this ad, I'll tell you, I'm not judging you. You get to be
you.
in your own personal space, online entirely. It's private, it's discreet, it's convenient. If you're thinking of starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try?
I personally endorse therapy. I've done it not my whole life, but the good parts.
Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Ellis today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Ellis.
Do you think they could be rehabbed? I don't think that's
Nah.
a rehabbable thing.
I think they should be castrated. I think that's fair.
Chemical castration,
Nah.
or the old-fashioned way.
My cat, I haven't had time to cut his balls off, and now he's over a year old, and he like marks stuff in the house all the time. And I live here by myself with 5 other dogs. I ain't got time to clean up little piss stains everywhere. And I thought about it. I love it. He's my best friend. Like we are seriously like homies for life. And a couple times I thought, man, I'd just snip him right now, like, just, and I'll
cut him
fuse
off.
it. Yeah, fuse it with like a hot knife or whatever, and be like, I'm sorry, but I can't do it anymore.
And I don't have time to do this professionally.
Right.
So I'm gonna Rambo your
if
ball
I
back
can
off.
contemplate doing it to him, I'll definitely do it to those guys. No problem. And
Is
I've
it all
touched
the-
balls before. I ain't afraid.
It can all be handled with a Rambo knife, dude. There's a match in there. There's some fishing line and some sewing.
I'm not sewing.
You're not gonna sew?
He's gonna burn it shut.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that the
cat
cat right
Yeah.
there? That's got big balls.
Right?
Those balls are.
Yeah.
I've
I mean,
never
look.
seen cat balls that big.
Yeah,
Those are good.
they challenge me. They like talk to me. They're like, "What's up, man? You want to go?" I'm like, "Dude, I really do. I want them
I
off."
feel like the cat sleeps in a bigger bed than you here.
I sleep in my bed.